Mindful Life Practice community.
And we're going to start in our child's pose. I'm going to have a bit of music going in the background of this class. If you can't hear me at any point, just let me know. So as you rest into your child's pose and you kind of drop your forehead and start to breathe into your low back, just come into this moment. I don't think I said hi to a couple people who came on during our balaclava discussion. Hi, Leanne and Nadia, and someone else popped on, Catherine. I'm playing the same playlist that Catherine loved from another class. If I can find it. So take a few deep breaths in and out. Just kind of arriving in this moment. I think we as human beings sometimes get stuck in the past or worry about the future. And see if you can decide that this moment right now is all that there is. And I know that that's often easier said than done. I used to show up at yoga classes and think that my yoga teachers were experts in this stuff. But in reality, people that are drawn to yoga or teach yoga are often those who struggle with it the most. We teach it over and over again because we have to learn it ourselves. So if you have a personal intention for this practice, feel free to establish it now. My intention is just simply to be here now. Follow your next breath in through the nose, all the way into the lungs, the chest, the low back, and then exhale it out. And then just take a breath in, come all the way up to a table. And then we'll move through some cat-cows. Nice, just warming up the spine. And I'm gonna invite you to kind of go with the flow on whatever your back kind of would like. So if you wanna kind of like snake it around and C-curve, feel free. Maybe curling to one side, gazing over the shoulder, and then curling to the other, opposite way. And then come all the way back through center, and then just extend your right leg behind you. Good, potentially extending your left arm. And then let's take a breath in, stay long. And then exhale, elbow to knee. Good, 3 more just like this. 2 more. And then 1 more. Good, and then just inhale, extend your leg, extend your arm. Can you land your left arm? Slide your left toes off the side of the mat. Breathe your right arm up towards the sky. And then land your right foot, come all the way up, and let's reverse the warrior. And then come all the way back around with both palms on the mat, both knees on the mat. And then move through your cat-cows. One more time. Bringing your spine all the way through neutral. Left leg extends this time, right arm extends. Good, and then let's just do our 3 crunches. Elbow to knee. I lied, I think it was 4. So 3 more. Nice, 2 more. Good, and then 1. And then land the right palm, take the right toes off the side of the mat, lift the left arm all the way up, and then land your left foot, lift all the way up, reverse the warrior. There's Jules. Hi, Jules. And then come all the way around, plant through both palms. Now let's play around with just tucking our toes, lifting our knees a couple of inches off the mat. Good, and then can you slide your hips back in space, kind of like you're in this little hover thing for 3, for 2, and then 1, lift your hips all the way up and back to a down dog. Bend through one knee and bending through the next, pushing out through the heels. Leave your left foot where it is. Can you inhale your right leg all the way up? And then pull your right knee in and step your right foot between your palms. Nice. And then let's land onto the left knee. So we come into a low lunge. And then you're going to take your palms both to the inside of the right foot. Walk your right foot wide. And then you might roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. So you're coming into this lizard stretch. It's like a hip opener. So your right knee goes wide. Yeah, I'll show you this. It's kind of like that. And then I'll invite you to just leave your right palm where it is. Leave your left palm where it is. And then push your right palm into your right thigh. Good. So it's like a hip opening lunge. You might gaze over the shoulder. And then bring the knee all the way back. And then can you walk your fingertips back as you lengthen over the right leg? So just try to centralize the foot now in the middle. Yeah, there you go. And then take a few breaths, hinging over the right leg. Good, walk your fingertips back. Firmly plant through the left palm, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Reach your right arm all the way up. So now you're in a low lunge with the back knee lifted. And then we'll roll onto the outer edge of the left foot and step your right foot all the way back so you come into a side plank. Nice, so just like this. And another variation might be to have one knee grounded if the full side plank is a lot. Good, just stay where you are for 3, for 2. Good, and then 1, land your right palm, full plank for 3. For 2, nice, and then 1, move through a vinyasa flow, so lowering down, lifting your heart, and then lifting all the way up and back to a down dog. Leave your right foot where it is, lift your left leg all the way up, and then pull the left knee in, step the left foot wider than the hands, land onto the right knee. Good, and we'll do what we did on the opposite side. So push into the left palm and then gaze over the left shoulder behind you. Take 1 more breath. And And then bring your left palm down again. Wiggle your left foot in. And then walk your fingertips back as you invite length over the left leg. Good. One more inhale. One more exhale. Walk your hands back. Plant through your right palm. Tuck your right toes. Lift your right knee. Lift your left arm all the way up. And then let's roll back into our variation of side plank. Just holding for 3, for 2. And then 1. Landing your left palm. Full plank for 3. Good for 2. And then 1. Move through a flow. Nice. Coming all the way up and back to your down dog. Now leave your left foot where it is. Lift your right leg up on a big breath in. And then pull your right knee in and step your right foot between your palms. This time we're gonna lift all the way up into a crescent lunge. Good, and then move on our breath. So inhaling, keeping your arms up. And then exhaling, reaching your arms back, sweeping back. Good, and just move with your inhales and your exhales. Generally, in our yoga practice, we expand on the inhales and we contract on the exhales. Just doing a couple more. Nice, and then after one more, just come up. And then how would it feel to gather your palms at heart center, thumbs to your heart, and shift weight onto your right foot and extend your left leg so you're in a warrior 3. Nice. Beautiful. Take one more breath. And then can you step your left foot all the way back, bringing your body into a warrior 2. Gaze over the right shoulder, over the right fingertips. Take an inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, elbow to knee. Can we move fluidly just like we did when we were in the crescent lunge? Remembering that inhales expand and exhales contract. Every breath being like a cycle of life and death in itself. And then just do one more, land into your extended side angle. Leaving your elbow on your thigh or reaching it up like you're holding onto a beach ball, getting really strong in your leg. And remind yourself as you start to experience discomfort, what is this discomfort doing for me? Bringing me into this present moment. Take one more breath. Nice work. And then lengthen your body up. Lengthen your right leg. Can you turn all 10 toes to face the side wall? And then interlace your palms. Press your palms together. Hinge your body forward. So you come into a wide-legged forward fold with your arms lifting behind you. Letting your blood kind of flow down to your brain. It boosts your mood. Press through both feet, lift all the way back up, and then rotate your toes to the front of the mat. Reach your right arm forward, left arm back. Reach forward. Let your right arm come alongside your right ankle.
I've been a fair share of women. Shut down my fair share of bars.
And then potentially shift weight onto your right foot and right fingertip. Ardha Chandrasana, nice. Try to keep a little micro bend in the standing leg so that you don't hyperextend that knee. Nice. Give it for 3, for 2, and then 1. Land your left palm, lift your left leg up. Standing splits, 3. Get uncomfortable, 2. This sucks. 1. And then step your left foot all the way back. So you're back in this low lunge. Firmly plant through your left palm. Spiral your right arm up. Can you roll onto the outer edge of the left foot and the right foot and come into a side plank? And then we'll do some scoops with the arm. So scoop the arm under. Bring it all the way back up. 3 more. 2 more. Last 1. Good. Bring your right palm down. Full plank. Core engaged. If you got a little shake going, it's okay. Nice. 3, 2, 1. Flow it out. Bending the elbows, lowering down. Lifting your heart. Coming all the way up and back. Down dog. Leave your right foot where it is. Left leg extends up. And then pull your left knee in. Step your left foot between your palms. Lift your body all the way up to this crescent. Beautiful. Let's flow with our breath, hinging forward. And then inhaling, lifting up. And can you just get lost in it? Notice when the mind transitions from the thinking mind into the feeling mind. I find it happens almost every yoga class I do, unless I have a lot of shit going on in my life, which happens too. In which case you might be in the thinking mind all through the class, and that's okay. But you might notice a shift from the thinking mind to the feeling mind. What is that like? Nice. 1 more, lifting your arms up. Place the palms at heart center. Trust that the left foot will hold you. Lift your right leg. Again, keeping a micro bend through the knee. Nice work. Step your right foot back. Open up your body into a warrior 2. Deep bend through the left knee. Move with your breath.
It's like an old friend, kinder than expected. That Cadillac came, gave our girl a ride. Loss has no end, it binds to our connection.
Maybe 3 more.
We don't speak of it.
2 more.
Even try.
Beautiful. Last 1. Land your left elbow. Reach your right arm up. Maybe you grab the beach ball, holding the beach ball. Imagining you're on the beach and it's not as cold as Abu Dhabi is right now. 3, 2, and 1. Lift all the way up, lengthen your left leg. Turn all 10 toes to face the side wall. Interlace the palms, lift your heart. Come forward. Let your head be heavy. Release. And then we'll press up through the feet again. Turn your left toes to face the front of the mat. Lengthen your left arm, reach forward, hinging at the hips. Left arm alongside the left calf. Good. And then maybe shifting weight onto your left foot and left fingertips. Nice. Can we land the right fingertips? Lift your right leg higher and higher. You've got it. 3, 2, and 1. Step the foot back. Firmly plant through the right palm. Lift the left arm up. Can you rotate all the way back, side plank? Nice. 3, 2, and 1. Land your left palm. Full plank, core engaged. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Land your knees. Slowly lower. All right, 3 back bends. First one, take your palms alongside your hips. Inhale, lift your arms and lift your legs. Try to keep your pelvis heavy, your belly light. And let your head be one long extension. So head and neck, one long extension from the rest of your spine. 3, 2, and 1, lower down. So next variation, interlace your palms. Lift your heart, lift your legs. Good. Nice. So palms are interlaced behind the spine. Good. And if that does not work for your back, go back to the first back bend. It's not like level 1, level 2, level 3. There's no hierarchy. It's literally just variations and you find what feels good. That's the goal. Take 1 more breath. And then lower down. And then third variation, you might kick your heels in, grip your palms onto your ankles, and then kick back through the heels as you lift your heart. So this is called upward bow. Nice work, team. Take 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, just lower. And you can slide the feet from side to side, releasing through the back. If you jump, you will not fall. Place the feet back on the mat. Push your palms through underneath your shoulders. You're gonna lift up to a table and then all the way up and back to a down dog. And then walk your feet, so your hands back to meet your feet. So you're in a forward fold to the back of your mat. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up. Take your palms into heart center. And then can you step your feet towards the front of your mat? Nice. Once you come to the front of the mat, option to do whichever balance pose you feel like. So you might take eagle, you might take half moon, you might take dancers. I'm gonna lead you guys through a simple tree pose. I'm gonna turn on my lights. I realize it's quite dark. So if you wanna join me through tree, you can leave your left palm, open your right knee, land the right foot on the ankle or the shin or maybe on the thigh. realize that I just described this pose as simple, I have this brilliant friend, Kat, who is a trauma-informed yoga teacher. She posted, she's always posting brilliant things, new ways to think about teaching yoga. And one of the things she said is don't use words like simple, because that makes an assumption that something is simple in someone's body, when really you don't know if something's simple or not. Just because it's simple for you doesn't mean it's simple for everyone. And I love that. So I apologize that I called this pose simple. Life is kind of about learning along the way. Take one more breath. From whatever balance pose you're in, we're going to switch to the other side. So if you're joining me in tree, or whatever pose you're taking, just avoid pressing onto the knee. Just staying where you are for 3, for 2, and 1. And then land that foot back down. Come to the front of your mat. Let's inhale, arms up. Take an exhale, forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, fold, plant your palms, step your way back to a down dog. If you want to go through one more vinyasa, go for it. And if you're ready to just come straight back into your child's pose, go for it. So landing the knees onto the mat. Sitting your hips back on the heels and resting your forehead. So this is the pose that we started our practice with, and we're using it at the midway point to transition. I have my little sand timers here, so I'll place the sand timer so that we know that we're here for 3 minutes. How does that transition feel for you? We kind of let go of movement and received stillness and let go of effort and received ease. Let go of that energizing music and received calm. How does it feel? thought that patience is about sitting in the present moment. With our hardships, without expectation, without fighting, without ignoring. And we can't be patient by hiding our impatience or trying to be patient or wanting patience. It's a state that naturally arises from within. Just giving up on our internal deadline about how fast things should happen and just give way to the unfolding of life. Take a few more breaths in your child's pose. And then can you just roll all the way up to seated? And we're going to swing the legs around. And then bring our soles of feet together into a butterfly. So if you're interested in making this a little bit of a deeper stretch, you might have the block between your soles of feet. If you're good like this, that also works. Just take a breath in and then just slowly start to fold your body forward. Forgot to mention, if your knees are floating, you might also like to place the blocks underneath the knees. That can be nice to be a bit of support. Or you might stay completely upright if this forward folding doesn't serve your low back. So I got really into Yin Yoga during the time period when I was living in Kuwait. Living in Kuwait required a lot of patience because things just did not go simply or easily. Life was just very, very different from Canada. And, you know, things like sitting in the traffic would just kind of send me over the edge. You know, why can't they have a better transportation system? Why can't they drive safer? Why can't the highway be bigger? You know, I had very little patience, and I think one of the biggest ways Yin served me during my time there was that I had to learn how to practice patience. Right? You have to be patient to hold a pose for this long. You have to be patient to wait for it to be over. And patience just understands the journey. how things come into being. Right? We can't rush the seed. To turn into a plant. The seasons come when they're ready. Day and night have their own unique rhythm. This is the flow of life. Everything happens when it's ready to happen, not when we want it to. Everything takes time to evolve and grow. Just take a couple more breaths where you are. And then we're going to roll all the way up. Just close your knees and come to stand on your feet. For one of my favorite forward folds, which is dangling. So you can just do your dangle like this. If you want to use some props, something I would do in the studio often was make a little shelf. So put 2 blocks and a bolster and then bring my elbows onto the shelf. I know my mom just bought fancy blocks and bolsters, so there's an opportunity to use them. Awesome. And then just keep a little bit of a bend in the knee as well. I think another part of being in the present moment is just learning to have contentment with the present moment. And I think that's been one of the biggest challenges for people this year. Right, I know for a lot of my life, I lived looking forward to things. That was what helped me get through the present moment. Right, looking forward to when I went to university, that I'll be happy here. When I moved to Kuwait, that I'll be happy here. When I go on that vacation, then I'll be happy. And unfortunately, 2020 and now 2021 has forced us to we don't really know when anything will happen. Right? Even if you have a trip planned, it could be canceled. Even if you arrive on the trip, you could go into lockdown while you're there. Even something as constant as the school calendar. Right, all my life, I never even imagined that the school calendar would ever change. You would expect it to always stay the same. Right, how could a school ever change the calendar after they've published it? But I'm sure we've all experienced that all over the all of a sudden spring break was a month earlier than we planned it to be in 2020. And it's kind of forced us to kind of live in right now and appreciate right now. That's all that there is. It's all that we know this moment right now. We're almost done at our 3 minutes. You're doing awesome. Take a few more breaths. And then can you slowly roll all the way up, and your head is going to come up last. And then just bring your body up to neutral. All right, we're going to do 2 more poses before we finish off. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to come to sit on our bottoms again. You might turn so that you're on the width of your mat if you want your heels to have a little bit of support. We're going to widen our legs. And then just take a big breath in and lengthen up. And you might be right here, or you might walk your hands forward. If this pelvic tilt is really uncomfortable, it sometimes helps to have like a little bit of leverage underneath your hips, like sitting on a block or sitting on a bolster. And I'm going to tell you about this yoga pose, my personal relationship with it. Is that I hate this pose. On my first yoga teacher training, we did this activity with, I had this really like hippie yoga teacher in his 70s who was amazing. And he had each yoga teacher come up and do their hardest pose, the pose that was most difficult for them. And then we, as teachers, had to try to accommodate the pose or make it better or modify it for them. And it was a really interesting lesson because it taught us confidence and trusting our intuition. Anyway, when I went out to show my least favorite pose, I went up and I extended my legs and I was up like this. The teacher said, Craig said, "What's the pose?" And I was like, "This is the pose." This is how far I can get to this pose. So I really struggled with hinging forward. And a lot of other yoga teachers, if you see them doing this pose, their whole body is like flat on the mat. Mine is not. And anyway, one day I told this story to Jillian, who I think you guys probably know. She was an amazing teacher who we're so lucky to teach for us on the MLPC. She has like 20 years of yoga experience. She was one of my first teachers. And I told her that story probably a decade ago. And she has remembered it. And every time I travel to Kingston and I take her yoga class, she makes us do this pose. I'm not kidding. And her philosophy behind that is if I keep avoiding this pose that I hate, then I'm never going to get anywhere with it. And really my issue with it is my ego, right? I'm embarrassed at how much I suck at it, so I don't want to do it. So anyway, I went to Jillian's class last night and she had us do this pose. And, you know, I must admit it's kind of growing on me.
realized when we did it that I'm not following Jillian's instructions, which is that we should do the poses we hate. Because I can think of like maybe a handful of times I've incorporated this pose into my class. So I'm incorporating it now. All right. I've successfully talked my way through the entire 3 minutes. So we've been distracted by how uncomfortable this is. Take a few more breaths in your wide-legged forward fold. And then can you roll all the way up? And then just slide whatever props you have to the side and draw your knees in. Coming to a crisscross. We're going to do 1 4-thing before our Shavasana because my traps muscles on my neck feels a bit like it. So drop your right earlobe down towards your right shoulder. And then maybe land your right palm. Stretching through the traps. We're just going to do a minute on either side. And take your head all the way up. And then can you drop your earlobe the other way and land your left palm? Take your head all the way back up through center. And then just do some little circles with the chin. And then we're going to start to make our way into our final resting pose or our Shavasana. So set yourself up in any way that you need. If you want to use a bolster underneath your back, go for it. Or underneath your knees. Maybe you rest your palms on your navel. Maybe you take a totally different pose altogether. Choose any posture that will hold you like a container. I want to share with you a poem. If you've been present in my classes over the past week, you might have heard it. It's called Being Human.
I wonder if the sun debates dawn some mornings, not wanting to rise up out of bed from under the down feather horizon. If the sky grows tired of being everywhere at once, adapting to the mood swings of the weather. If clouds drift off, trying to hold themselves together. Make deals with gravity to loiter a little longer. I wonder if rain is scared of falling, if it has trouble letting go. If snowflakes get sick of being perfect all the time. Each one trying to be one of a kind. I wonder if stars wish upon themselves before they die. If they need to teach their young how to shine. I wonder if shadows long to just once feel the sun, if they get lost in the shuffle, not knowing where they're from. I wonder if sunrise and sunset respect each other, even though they've never met. I wonder if volcanoes get stressed, if storms have regrets. If compost believes in life after death. I wonder if breath ever thinks of suicide. If the wind just wants to sit still sometimes and watch the world pass by. If smoke was born knowing how to rise. If rainbows get shy backstage, not sure if their colors match right. I wonder if lightning sets an alarm clock to know when to crack, if rivers ever stop and think of turning back, if streams meet the wrong sea and their whole lives run off track. I wonder if the snow just wants to be black. If soil thinks she's too dark, if butterflies want to cover up their marks, if rocks are self-conscious of their weight, if mountains are insecure of their strength. I wonder if waves get discouraged crawling up to the sand only to be pulled back to where they began. If land feels stepped on, if sand feels insignificant, if trees need to question their lovers to know where they stand. If branches wave at crossroads, unsure of which way to grow. If leaves understand that they are replaceable. They still dance when the wind blows. I wonder if where the moon goes, where she is hiding, and I want to find her there. Watch the ocean spin from a distance. Listen to her stir in her sleep. Effort give way to existence. Give your fingers and your toes a wake up wiggle. Running a nice long stretch from your fingertips through your toes. Curling your knees into your chest, giving your body a nice, sweet little hug. And then can you make your way up to your seated shape with your palms at the heart center, thumbs connecting to your heartbeat. Closing with our intention that our practice remains steady and our efforts remain continuous, and our yoga serves and benefits all beings everywhere. May all beings be safe and happy and healthy and free, and may the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. So finishing with an Om, if you want to join me, we're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale through to make the Om. So take a breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Thank you so much for sharing this space and this practice. Have a lovely morning or afternoon or evening, wherever continent you are on. The light in me, it sees and it honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, yogis, for joining me.